Do you hear that sound? Listen closely. It is not outside in the street. It is not the hum of your computer fan. It is inside. It is the buzzing, clicking, grinding noise of your own mind. You are trying to speak English, but the words are stuck. You are trying to make a decision, but the options are fighting a war in your head. You are awake at 3 in the morning, replaying a conversation from 5 years ago. This is not just thinking. This is a broken engine. Your brain is a high-performance machine that has forgotten how to idle. It is redlining, overheating, and burning fuel while the car sits parked in the garage. Most people will tell you to just relax. They will tell you to take a deep breath. That is useless advice. You cannot relax a machine that is malfunctioning. You need to fix it. You need a mechanic. Today, I am that mechanic. We are going to pop the hood of your mind. We are going to look at the gears, the wires, and the fuel lines. We are going to identify exactly why you are paralyzed, and we are going to fix it with 15 specific mechanical protocols. Welcome to Luminary English, where stories light the way to better English. You are not just watching a video. You are stepping into a story. Listen closely. Feel every word. And let today be the chapter that changes your English forever. Mechanism 1. The false tiger. Let us begin with the biology of your failure. You need to understand that your brain is not designed for your happiness. It is designed for your survival. It is an ancient piece of hardware running modern software, and there are bugs in the system. Imagine you are a human being 50,000 years ago. You are walking through the tall grass. You hear a rustle in the bushes. Your brain has two choices. Choice A. You assume it is just the wind. You keep walking. Choice B. You assume it is a tiger. You freeze. Your heart pumps blood to your legs. You prepare to run or fight. If you chose choice A and it was a tiger, you died. You did not pass on your genes. If you chose choice B and it was just the wind, you felt foolish, but you survived. We are the children of the paranoid. We are the descendants of the people who always assumed it was a tiger. This is the amygdala. It is a small, almond-shaped part of your brain that acts as a smoke detector. But here is the problem. In the modern world, there are no tigers. There are only emails. There are only English grammar mistakes. There are only awkward silences. But your amygdala does not know the difference. When you are about to speak English in a meeting and you cannot remember the word for schedule, your brain screams, "Tiger!" It dumps cortisol and adrenaline into your blood. Your hands shake. Your throat goes dry. Your prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for logic and language, shuts down. You are not overthinking because you are broken. You are overthinking because your safety mechanism is too sensitive. It is like a fire alarm that goes off every time you make toast. The alarm is working, but it is useless. The trap is believing the alarm. You feel the fear, so you assume there is real danger. You think, I am scared to speak. Therefore, speaking is dangerous. This is a lie. Here is the protocol. You must label the sensation. When the heat rises in your chest, when the thoughts start spinning, you do not fight them. You acknowledge them. You say to yourself, this is a biological false alarm. There is no tiger. There is only a verb conjugation. You treat the physical sensation as a mechanical glitch, not a signal of truth. You thank your brain for trying to save you, and then you tell it to stand down. Mechanism 2. The translation. Trap. This mechanism is specifically for my English learners. This is the mechanism that kills your fluency more than any grammar rule ever could. I call it the translation trap, or the buffering wheel of death. When a native speaker speaks, the process is simple. They have a thought, and the thought flows directly into sound. Thought equals speech. It is a straight line. For you, the overthinker, the process is a jagged, painful circle. You have a thought in your native language. Then, you grab that thought and pull it into the translation center. You try to find the English equivalent. Then, you move it to the grammar police center. You check the tense. Is it past perfect or present perfect? You check the preposition. Is it in Monday or on Monday? Then, you check the pronunciation. By the time you are ready to speak, the moment has passed. The conversation has moved on. You are left standing there, silent, with a perfect sentence rotting in your mouth. You are like a video that is constantly buffering. You are loading, 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 but never playing. The trap here is the desire for accuracy. You think that if you pause and think, you will make fewer mistakes. But the opposite is true. The longer you wait, the more pressure you build. The more pressure you build, the more likely you are to stumble. The protocol is the ugly English rule. You must give yourself permission to speak ugly English. You must embrace the broken sentence. When you are in a conversation, your goal is not perfection, your goal is connection. Speed is more important than accuracy. Imagine you are throwing a ball to a friend. If you wait to polish the ball, to clean the ball, to paint the ball, your friend will walk away. Just throw the ball. Throw the ugly ball. Say, "Yesterday I go to store." Is it correct? No. Did they understand you? Yes. You must bypass the translation loop. Force the English out before it is ready. Trust that your brain can fix it later. You cannot steer a parked car. You can only steer a car that is moving. Start moving, even if the engine sounds rough. Mechanism 3. The 5-second breaker. We have talked about the biology and the language. Now let us talk about the physics of overthinking. Overthinking is a form of friction. It is the resistance that stops you from moving. There is a window of time between when you have an idea and when your brain kills it. That window is very small. It is roughly 5 seconds. Let us say you are in a meeting. You have a good idea. You want to raise your hand. In the first second, you feel excited. In the second second, you hesitate. In the third second, the voice starts. What if it is a stupid idea? In the fourth second, the voice gets louder. Remember last time you spoke? You made a mistake. In the fifth second, you put your hand down. The moment is dead. Your brain is designed to conserve energy and avoid risk. If you give it time to argue with you, it will win every single time. It is a master debater. It knows all your insecurities. It knows all your past failures. If you enter a debate with your brain, you will lose. The trap is waiting for confidence. You think, I will speak when I feel ready. You will never feel ready. Confidence is not a feeling that comes before the action. Confidence is the result of the action. You do not feel brave and then jump. You jump and then you feel brave. The protocol is the 5-second breaker. This is a tool to hijack your own brain. When you have the impulse to speak, to move, or to start a task, you do not wait. You start a countdown in your head. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. On go, You must move physically, raise your hand, open your mouth, stand up. The countdown distracts the prefrontal cortex. It shuts down the debate. It turns the complex decision into a simple launch sequence. This is not magic. It is a metacognitive tool. It shifts your brain from worry mode to action mode. Say, but you must respect the countdown. If you count to 1 and do not move, you destroy the tool. You must train your body to react to 1 like a soldier reacts to a command. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Speak. Mechanism. 4. The brain dump protocol. Your brain is a computer. It has processing power, which we call working memory. Think of this like the RAM in your laptop. It is the temporary workspace where you hold information. The problem is that your RAM is limited. You can only hold a few items at once. But you are trying to hold everything. You are holding your grocery list. You are holding the fear of your upcoming exam. You are holding the memory of an awkward interaction. You are holding the English vocabulary you are trying to learn. Your RAM is full. When the RAM is full, the computer slows down. The cursor lags. The programs crash. This is what you call brain fog. You feel overwhelmed not because the tasks are hard, but because you are trying to carry them all in your head at the same time. Your brain loops on thoughts because it is afraid of losing them. It repeats, "I need to buy milk," over and over again because it does not trust you to remember. It repeats, "I need to study phrasal verbs," because it is afraid you will forget. The trap is believing you can keep it all in your head. You cannot. You are not a hard drive. You are a processor. Hard drives are for storage. Processors are for action. If you use your processor for storage, you have no power left for thinking. The protocol is the brain dump. You need an external hard drive. That hard drive is a piece of paper. Every morning, or whenever you feel the static noise rising, you stop. You take a pen and paper. You write down everything, not just the tasks. You write down the worries. I am worried about the meeting. Write it down. I need to call my mother. Write it down. I feel sad today. Write it down. When you write it down, you signal to your brain, "This is safe. This is saved. You can stop looping now." You will physically feel the pressure drop. You are clearing the RAM. You are freeing up space so that you can actually use your English. You cannot speak fluent English if your brain is using 90% of its power to remember your worries. Dump the cache. Clear the mind. Mechanism. 5. The worst case game. Fear thrives in the shadows. Fear grows in the dark. When you are overthinking, you are usually running away from a vague, undefined monster. You feel a sense of doom, but you do not look at it directly. You think, if I make a mistake in my presentation, it will be terrible. Terrible is a shadow word. It means nothing. It is a fog. Because it is undefined, your imagination fills it with infinite horror. You imagine everyone laughing, your boss firing you, and you living under a bridge. The trap is turning away from the fear. We try to suppress it. We try to think positive thoughts, but the shadow remains in the corner of the room, growing larger. The protocol is to turn on the lights. We are going to play the worst-case game. We are going to follow the fear to its absolute boring end. Let us play it now. You are afraid to speak English to a stranger. Question: what happens if you make a mistake? Answer: they might not understand me. Question: okay, and then what? Answer: then I have to repeat myself. Question: okay, and then what? Answer: they might look a bit confused. Question: okay, and then what? Answer: I might feel embarrassed. Question: okay, do you die? Answer: no. Question: do you go to jail? Answer: no. Question: does your family leave you? Answer: no. When you force yourself to answer, and then what? 3 or 4 times you realize the monster is tiny. The worst case scenario is usually just a moment of awkwardness. It is not a catastrophe. It is just an uncomfortable 30 seconds. You can survive 30 seconds of discomfort. You have done it before. By defining the worst case, you take away its power. You realize that the tiger is actually just a small, annoying house cat. It might scratch you, but it will not kill you. Mechanism 6. The physical shock. We often try to solve a thinking problem with more thinking. This is like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. You are sitting in your chair, hunched over, staring at a screen. Your body is stagnant. Your breathing is shallow. Your physical state is signaling freeze to your brain. You cannot think your way out of a loop that your body is holding on to. The mind follows the body. If your body is static, your mind is static. If your body is tense, your mind is tense. The trap is the sedentary spiral. You sit there and analyze your anxiety. You try to rationalize it, but logic does not work on physiology. You need to change the chemistry of your blood. The protocol is the physical shock. You need to break the pattern with a radical physical shift. When you catch yourself looping, when the overthinking becomes a heavy cloud, you must do something violent to your state. Stand up. Sprint up the stairs. Do 20 push-ups until your arms burn. Turn the shower to freezing cold water for 30 seconds. What happens? Your heart rate spikes. Your breathing changes. Your brain is forced to focus on the immediate physical sensation. The cold water shocks the system. The sprinting demands oxygen. The brain cannot worry about the past perfect tense when it is gasping for air. You are resetting the hardware. It is like holding down the power button on a frozen computer. You force a restart. When the physical shock settles, you will find silence. In that silence, you can begin to think clearly again. Do not negotiate with your mind. Shock your body. Mechanism 7. The information diet. Imagine you own a high-performance race car, a Ferrari. You want it to drive fast and smooth. But every morning, instead of high-quality gasoline, you pour sand, mud, and sugar into the fuel tank. Then you wonder why the engine is sputtering. You wonder why it is broken. Your brain is the engine. Information is the fuel. Most of us are on a diet of garbage information. We wake up and immediately scroll through social media. We see other people's highlight reels. We see bad news from across the world. We see 10-second videos that destroy our attention span. You are flooding your system with noise. You are consuming thousands of data points before you have even brushed your teeth. This creates a background hum of anxiety. It creates comparison fatigue. You look at a native speaker on YouTube and think, I will never be that good. You look at a perfect life on Instagram and think, I am behind. The trap is passive consumption. You think you are relaxing by scrolling, but you are actually exhausting your neurons. You are revving the engine in neutral. The protocol is the information diet. Specifically, the no phone morning. A. For the first hour of your day, your phone must be in another room. No email, no news, no social media. Your brain is most sensitive in the morning. You must protect that time. Give your brain high-quality fuel first. Read a page of a book. Listen to a slow, clear English podcast. Write in your journal. Or just sit in silence. If you protect the input, you protect the output. If you stop pouring sand in the tank, the engine will stop grinding. You will find that your overthinking was actually just over-consuming. Mechanism. 8. The good enough. Standard. Perfectionism is not a virtue. It is not a sign of high standards. Perfectionism is fear dressed in a fancy suit. When you say, I am a perfectionist, what you are really saying is, I am terrified of being judged. You are using perfectionism as a shield. You think that if you make your English perfect, if you make your work perfect, no one can hurt you. But perfection is an illusion. It is a horizon line. You walk towards it, and it moves away. You will never reach it. If you wait until your English is perfect to speak, you will be silent until you are in the grave. The trap is the binary mindset. You think the only two options are perfect or failure. You think if it is not 100%, it is 0. This is false. The protocol is the good enough standard. We're going to aim for 80%. 80% is the sweet spot. 80% means the message is clear, the work is functional, and the job is done. The final 20%, the part that takes all the time and causes all the stress, is usually vanity. It is polishing the underside of the table where no one looks. When you are writing an email in English, do not read it 10 times. Read it once. Is it understandable? Is it polite? Send it. When you are speaking, do not try to sound like the Queen of England. Do you sound like a human who is trying? Good. Speak. Release your work before you feel ready. Release your voice before it is polished. The world rewards those who ship. The world rewards those who show up. The world forgets the perfectionists who never left the house. Mechanism 9. The third person shift. We are incredibly cruel to ourselves. The voice in your head says things to you that you would never say to another human being. If your friend made a grammar mistake, would you say, "You are an idiot. You should give up. Everyone is laughing at you"? No, you would say, "It is okay. You are learning. Keep going." But when you talk to yourself, you are a tyrant. You are a bully. This negative self-talk creates a spiral of shame. Shame is the heaviest emotion. You cannot carry shame and move forward at the same time. The trap is being trapped in the I. I am stupid. I am failing. When you use the word I, you are identified with the problem. You are inside the storm. The protocol is the third person shift. This is a psychological trick used by high-level athletes and leaders. It is sometimes called Solomon's paradox. We are better at solving other people's problems than our own. So, turn yourself into other people. Stop using I. Start using your name. If your name is Sarah and you are feeling anxious, do not say, "I am so nervous." Say, "Sarah is feeling nervous right now. Why is Sarah nervous? What does Sarah need to do?" It sounds strange. It sounds crazy. But try it. When you use your own name, you create distance. You step out of the storm and watch it from the outside. You become the coach, not the player. Coach yourself. Come on, David. You have studied for this. You know the words. Just breathe and go. The voice changes. It becomes firmer. It becomes kinder. Be the coach. Mechanism 10. The worry appointment. You cannot simply tell your brain to stop worrying. If I tell you, do not think of a pink elephant, what do you see? You see a pink elephant. The more you resist the thought, the stronger it becomes. Worry is invasive. It knocks on your door at 10 in the morning when you are trying to work. It knocks at noon during lunch. It knocks at midnight when you are trying to sleep. If you answer the door every time, you get nothing done. The trap is engaging with the worry whenever it appears. You let it interrupt you. You let it take the steering wheel. The protocol is the worry appointment. You are going to schedule your misery. Pick a time. Let us say 4. U0 p.m. to 4:20 p.m. This is your official worry time. Put it in your calendar. Now, at 10. U0 a.m. When a fearful thought about your English progress comes up, you do not fight it. You do not analyze it. You say to the thought, I hear you, but I am busy right now. I have an appointment with you at 4:00 p.m. Come back then. And you let it go. You defer it. Then, at 4:00 p.m., you must keep the appointment. Sit down. No phone, no music. Just you and your worries. Invite them in. Worry as hard as you can for 20 minutes. Catastrophize. Cry. Panic. Do it all. But when the timer hits 4:20 p.m., you stop. You say, meeting adjourned, and you get up and leave. You will find two things happen. First, during the day, you feel lighter because you are not carrying the worry. You have scheduled it. Second, when 4:00 p.m. comes, you often find that you do not want to worry anymore. The urge has passed. You have regained control. Mechanism 11. The gratitude anchor. The brain has limited circuits. It is biologically very difficult to feel two opposing high-intensity emotions at the exact same time. You cannot be furious and hysterical with laughter at the same moment. You cannot be paralyzed by fear and overwhelmed with gratitude at the same moment. They are different frequencies. They use different chemical cocktails. The trap is trying to calm down from fear. Going from high fear to calm is a big jump. It is hard to do, but shifting from fear to gratitude is a lateral shift. It is shifting the focus of the intensity. The protocol is the gratitude anchor. When the spiral of overthinking starts, when you are thinking about everything you lack, everything you are bad at, everything that is missing, you must forcefully pivot the camera. You must find 3 small, concrete things that are present right now. Not big things like my health or world peace. Those are too abstract. Look for the small things. I am grateful for the warmth of this coffee cup in my hand. I am grateful that my chair is comfortable. I am grateful that I know the English word for sunlight. Anchor yourself in the immediate reality. When you force your brain to hunt for the good, it has to stop hunting for the bad. It cannot do both. It is a mechanical switch. Flip the switch. Mechanism 12. The fact versus story. Filter. We are all storytellers, but we are unreliable narrators. We take a single pixel of reality and paint a whole picture around it. Here is a situation. You are speaking English to a colleague. He looks at his watch. That is the data. That is the only thing that actually happened. But your brain writes a story. He looked at his watch because he is bored. He is bored because my English is slow. He thinks I am stupid. He is going to tell the boss not to promote me. You are reacting to the story, not the fact. You are getting anxious about a fiction you wrote. The trap is fusing the fact and the story. You think your interpretation is the reality. The protocol is the detective game. You must separate the data from the drama. When you feel upset, ask yourself, what is the raw evidence? Evidence. He looked at his watch. Is there any other evidence? No. Could there be another story? Yes. Maybe he is late for a train. Maybe his watch vibrated. Maybe he is hungry. If you have no proof, you must dismiss the case. You are innocent until proven guilty. Your English is fine until proven otherwise. Stop sentencing yourself to jail based on imaginary evidence. Mechanism. 13. The single task focus. We live in the age of multitasking. We wear it like a badge of honor. I can do 3 things at once. No, you cannot. Neurologically, multitasking is a myth. You are not doing 3 things at once. You are rapid switching between them. Context switching. Every time you switch from your email to your phone to your conversation, you pay a tax, a cognitive tax. This leaves behind attention residues. Your brain becomes fragmented. A fragmented brain is an anxious brain. Noise is created by the friction of switching. The trap is thinking that doing more makes you more productive. In reality, it just makes you more scattered. It feeds the overthinking loop because your mind is never settling on one thing long enough to find flow. The protocol is single task training. You must retrain your attention muscle. Pick a boring task. Washing the dishes is perfect. When you wash the dishes, do not listen to a podcast. Do not talk on the phone. Do not plan your day. Just wash the dishes. Feel the warm water. Smell the soap. Feel the weight of the plate. If your mind wanders to your English grammar or your job, gently bring it back to the bubbles. This is not just cleaning. This is meditation for people who hate meditation. You are teaching your brain to stay in the here and now. If you can stay present with a dirty plate, you can stay present in an English conversation. Mechanism. 14. The so what. Shield. We worry because we crave approval. We want people to be impressed by us. We want them to think we are smart, fluent, and capable. We are terrified of their judgment. But here is the brutal, beautiful truth. People are not thinking about you. This is the spotlight effect. You think you are the main character in the movie, and everyone is watching your every move. You think if you use the wrong preposition, the whole room will gasp. In reality, everyone else is the main character of their own movie. They are worried about their own lines. They are worried about their own hair. They are worried about their own lunch. They are not analyzing your English. They are just waiting for their turn to speak. The trap is vanity. Yes, fear of embarrassment is actually a form of vanity. It assumes you are important enough to be remembered. You are not that important, and that is your freedom. The protocol is the so what shield. When you make a mistake and the fear spikes, you raise the shield. I use the wrong word. So what? They might think I'm not a native speaker. So what? I am not a native speaker. That is a fact. It was awkward for 5 seconds. So what? The phrase, so what, disarms the threat. It accepts the reality and moves on. It is the ultimate shrug. It makes you bulletproof. If you do not care, they cannot hurt you. Mechanism 15. The identity shift. Finally, we must address the root, the deepest layer, your identity. If you walk around saying, I am an overthinker, you are casting a spell on yourself. You are reinforcing the chains. You are telling your brain, this is who we are. This is what we do. Your brain likes to be consistent with your identity. If you identify as a shy person, your brain will produce shy behavior. If you identify as a person with bad English, your brain will sabotage your fluency to prove you right. The trap is the label. You have worn this heavy coat for so long that you think it is your skin. It is not your skin. It is just a coat. You can take it off. The protocol is the identity shift. You must change your I am statements. Stop saying, I am an overthinker. Start saying, I am a person who takes action. Stop saying, my English is broken. Start saying, I am a communicator. I get my point across. You do not have to believe it 100% yet. You just have to start saying it. You have to try on the new coat. Fake it until you become it. Act like a confident speaker, and eventually the biology will follow. You are not a victim of your wiring. You are the architect of it. The reflection. I want to take off the mechanic's hat for a moment. I want to speak to you, brother to brother, friend to friend. I know this heaviness. I know the feeling of lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, wishing I could just turn the switch off. I know the pain of walking away from a conversation and replaying every stupid thing I said for 3 days. It is exhausting. It feels like you are carrying a backpack full of rocks, but I also know the other side. I know that the rocks are not glued to your back. You are holding them, and because you are holding them, you can drop them. It does not happen overnight. You do not wake up one day and suddenly have a silent mind. It is a practice. It is a muscle. Some days you will win. Some days the noise will win. That is okay. But you must stop treating your mind like an enemy. It is just a machine that needs tuning. It is a child that needs a parent. Be kind to it, but be firm. Guide it back to the present. Guide it back to action. You have the tools now. You have the manual. The rest is up to you. The outro, we have stripped the engine. We have looked at the gears. You have 15 mechanisms to break the loop. But listening to me is not enough. Passive learning is just another form of overthinking. You must act. Here is your challenge. Do not try to do all 15 things today. Pick one. Just one. Maybe it is the 5-second rule. Maybe it is the worry appointment. Pick one and use it before the sun goes down. Prove to yourself that you are in control. If this manual helped you, if you want to keep building this high-performance mind, then join us. Subscribe to Luminary English. Like this video. Leave a comment below telling me which mechanism you are going to use first. Remember, peace is not a place you find. It is a skill you build. You are not weak. You are just waking up. I will see you in the next chapter.